So Bradford City completed their 2024 summer transfer business with the loan signing of Jay Benn from League One side at Lincoln City, and in today's video you're going to find out my thoughts on the signing, the business we did do, the business that we didn't do throughout the transfer window, and what Bradford City squad is now looking like. And we also have a special guest who is a Lincoln City fan who's going to give us some more insight into this latest recruit for Bradford City. Now obviously it's been a very active day for the Bantams as 5 pieces of transfer business were completed, so make sure to go check out my previous videos on all the business that has already happened today. They've been uploaded way early. The likes of Chet Diabate, Kevin McDonald, Alex Gilead and Jake Young, they've each got a separate individual video, so make sure to go check them ones out if you haven't already. But Bradford City tweeted bang on the time at that deadline day, and the window did officially close at 11 PM, saying we are delighted to announce the deadline day signing of right back Jay Benn on loan from Lincoln City. The article does then read, Bradford City AFC has completed its deadline day business with the signing of defender Jay Benn on loan from Lincoln City. The 23-year-old right back born in Bradford arrives at the University of Bradford Stadium for the remainder of the 2024-25 season. He began his career at Halifax Town, having come through the club's academy before making the switch to the Imps in 2022. Ben made his Lincoln debut in August 2022 before a spell out on loan at Bohemians in Ireland in 2023 and impressing on loan in the National League with Solihull Moors last season. On joining the Bantams, he said, I am buzzing. It is late at night and quite dark out here at Valley Parade, but I am glad to get it over the line. This morning I got a sniff of it, but it has been back and forth waiting. As soon as you get the call, you come down no matter what the time is, as long as it is before 11 PM. I am an energetic right back. I want to play forward and get balls into the box. I am hard working and will leave everything out on the pitch. I have got mates who are big Bradford City fans. The stadium is huge, the fan base is massive, and I know this club wants to achieve big things. To be a part of that would be great. Bantams boss Graham Alexander said Jay has come in to add competition in the wing-back position. He has got great athleticism and pace, and we are delighted to bring him on board. I am sure he will add real value to our team and enjoy his time with us. Jay Benn will be sponsored by Peckover Transport for the 2024-25 season. His move is subject to relevant EFL and FA clearances. He will not be eligible for tomorrow's trip to Grimsby Town. As expected, you need to get that paperwork in before midday, and that was when we announced the signing of Chet Diabate, and obviously a lot more business did happen after that. It feels like 2 years ago really since that Chet Diabate transfer saga. It feels like he's settled in and he's been around for a long time now, considering that business that did happen following that. It's been the busiest deadline day we've had in a number of years, but I would say we've come out of it pretty positively in all honesty. There is no mention of his squad number. We've still got a few sub 30 numbers left, and obviously Gilead's left, but I can't see him getting the number 11 shirt, to be fair, so it'll be interesting to see what number he does get. I would expect him to play though in the EFL Trophy game against Newcastle United's under-21s on Tuesday. And obviously with him signing from another club, Lincoln City tweeted today at 11 PM, I guess technically by the time this video comes out it'll be yesterday at 11 PM, saying Jay Benn has joined Sky Bet League 2 side Bradford City on a season-long loan. Their article does then lead, I think I said lead then, it's been a very long day, please forgive me, but their article reads, Jay Benn has joined Sky Bet League 2 side Bradford City on a season-long loan. Benn at 23 joined the Imps from Halifax Town in the summer of 2022 and has had spells at Bohemians and Solihull Moors alongside making 4 first-team appearances. His spell with Moors was particularly memorable as he helped the Midlands side to 2 Wembley appearances. Although injury kept him out of the National League promotion final, he featured in the FA Trophy final against Gateshead. City's Director of Football Jez George said, this is a really good next step for Jay's development at a big club with aspirations to match. This gives us the opportunity to monitor Jay's development at the next level over the next 12 months, and it's a great opportunity for Jay. Lincoln City, in terms of their recruitment in League One, are one of the best at what they do. The amount of players that they bring in and flip and sell for a profit, the likes of Paudie O'Connor going there, Charles Vernon going there. Most recently from Bradford City, obviously O'Connor has been a lot more successful than Charles Vernon was. He's never really been able to cut it at League One level, and conveniently we play against him probably today by the time that this video does come out. But before we do go any further with today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. We are aiming for 150 likes on today's video, and don't forget as well to subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're now on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Get your thoughts in on this signing down in the comment section down below. Lincoln fans, let me know down below what type of player have we got here. And speaking of Lincoln fans, let's see what Jake from That Football League podcast has to say about this recruit.
Hello Bantams fans, Jake here from That Football League podcast. SHD has come on to give you a little bit of insight into the signing of Jay Benn, who you've signed from my club, Lincoln City. Please excuse the way I look. It is currently midnight on transfer deadline day. It was a pretty late one, but Bradford City secured the signing of Jay Benn on loan for the season from Lincoln City. In my opinion, it's a great signing for Graham Alexander's side. He's really flexible. He can play on the left or on the right. He's shown that throughout pre-season. He's played a lot of minutes for us in pre-season, went out to Spain. So he's someone that we rate really highly. He's from Halifax, so he's from a local neck of the woods to Bradford, which should be good for him in terms of being able to go back home again. But he went on loan to Solihull last year, was one of the best right wing backs in the National League. He kicked out their Player of the year before to forge his way into the team and played really well. He's really attacking minded, likes to put lots of crosses into the box. He scored a lot of goals, created a lot of assists in the National League. So I'm really excited to see how he gets on in League Two. Was expecting him to go out, maybe not to a Bradford, maybe somewhere he's guaranteed first team minutes. I know you guys have got some decent wing-back options in the building already, but hopefully Jay can forge his way into the team and cause a bit of damage, because he is someone that Lincoln long-term probably would see as a starter in a side that are pushing to get out of League One. So, yeah, all the best. Look out for him. I will be keeping my eye on Bradford's results, and please make sure to come over and let me know how he's getting on, because I'm really excited for him. As I say, good signing for Bradford, and hope he really does well. Thanks for having me on. Up the Imps.
A big thank you to Jake for coming onto the channel. I'll leave a link to his podcast down in the description down below. He does it with a few other football content creators, and they do a brilliant job over there, so make sure to go and check it out. But in terms of Jay Benn's time in the National League last season, please take some of these statistics with a pinch of salt, because SofaScore and the National League, their statistics sometimes cannot be particularly accurate. But according to SofaScore, last season he made 29 National League appearances for Solihull, 28 of them being starts, averaging 86 minutes per game. He contributed to 1 goal, averaging a goal every 2,485 minutes. He doesn't really shoot much, but when he does, he has a 17% goal conversion rate, which I guess isn't awful. He contributed to 4 assists, so 5 goal contributions in 28 starts is not awful for a right back, to be fair, averaging 0.7 key passes per game with a 71% passing accuracy, and 33% of his crosses were accurate as well, which I do think is very good. The defensive stats, though, I definitely would take with a pinch of salt. Apparently he only kept 0 clean sheets last season, which I know is not true, because they beat Barnet 4-0 on the final day of last campaign. So take these stats really with a pinch of salt. Apparently he averaged 5 interceptions per game, 7.1 at balls recovered per game, 1.9 clearances per game, and 15 errors which led to a shot. I really don't believe them ones at all, to be honest with you. Again, SofaScore need to get up to date with the National League statistics. In terms of some of his other ones, though, he had a 61% successful dribble rate, averaging 1.1 of them per match, which I think is quite impressive, to be fair, for a fullback, winning 40% of his total duels and 61% of his aerial duels. Again, for a right back to win over 60% of the aerial duels, I do think that is very impressive. He also accumulated 4 yellow cards last campaign as well. And like I say, I don't know too much about this signing. Jay Benn comes in with a little bit of pedigree after doing quite well in the National League previously, and like I say, Lincoln City have a very good job. I've done a very good job over the last couple of seasons of recruiting these younger players, developing them and selling them on for a profit. So I would expect him to come in and provide some real competition for Brad Halliday in that right wing back position. If you have a look at how Bradford City squad is now lining up, it's pretty well balanced all over the park. You would argue we are desperate for some competition for Richie Smallwood, but it sounds like we're happy with having Adore, Adams, Patterson as the backup to Smallwood. You would expect Smallwood's not going to get an injury this season, unless it's something like a leg break. He's not going to get a muscular injury. It's just something that simply does not happen. So if he does miss a game, it will be through suspension, which I think is quite likely. I don't think he's had a red card for Bradford City, but he picks up the amount of bookings, and he'll get a 1 game ban for 5 bookings, he'll get a 2 game ban for 10 bookings, and you're looking at guaranteed Smallwood is going to get 10 yellow cards this season, so that's 3 league games we are going to miss Smallwood for. Can we cope in them 3 games? What if they're the big games? What if it's away at Notts County? What if it's a massive game away at Port Vale? That's where it concerns me a little bit, but I think we've got a lot of good quality in there. Now, all of our loanees as well have previous EFL experience, apart from Jay Benn, who is yet to prove it in the professional English game. But I think on paper, again, does look like a good sign. And it's a shame, obviously, about Jake Young's departure and the fact Smith and Oliver are still on the books. But I'm going to support every single one of these players until the 1st of January. Obviously, I guess we could still do some business between now and then. The free agent market, obviously, is still open, but I do think that is very unlikely at this moment in time. And would I say that we've come out of the transfer window stronger than when we went into it? I would probably say so. If we still had Matty Platt, this would be a really, really solid transfer window for me. I'm not really thinking about it too much. Probably give it a 7, maybe a 7.5 out of 10.